Hey everybody. Well, it's looking good on the way up here. Drove all the way up here to Skyline Boulevard, and the beautiful on the way up here. Not a sign of anything. And then as soon as I got up on Skyline, which I don't know, it took about half hour, 45 minutes to get up here, it started to look real hazy. And by the time I was getting ready to set up, all of a sudden some clouds rolled in, and now the fog. So I've been spending some time playing with the telescope here a little bit. Got some optics problems anyway tonight, so probably would have been a washout. Probably would have had to do a bolt onto a spotting scope thing tonight for the Comet, which probably would have worked. But anyway, so there you go. There's the moon, totally washed out in fog with a nice halo there. It's a version of a moon bow, and looks like a bullseye. Kind of fun. If you haven't seen that before, it's kind of interesting. It's way overexposed on this YouTube app. Again, you have no camera control in this stupid thing. But just to give you an idea how quickly it can change up here, as it is for you guys in the UK and stuff. You know, the weather can go from nice to horrible to terrible and impossible in just a matter of minutes sometimes. Same thing here. So yeah, if you look all around, it's kind of dark over there. You can't see there, but Comet would have been over there. It still would have been up at this time. I think by now it's getting real low in the horizon, but I think it's still barely up. But I had a quick glimpse of it through some haze and figured out by the time I get set up, configured, collimated, get the stream started, it's pretty much a washout anyway, so I didn't even bother to start the stream. But thought I would share the nice little view here of some trees and the moon and some fog. And it's not all bad. Got some crickets in the background, and pretty much all the cars have left the area. There were a bunch of people up here, guys way before I did, who were doing some pictures and stuff, but I have a feeling even earlier it wasn't so great, but from the naked eye it looked pretty good. But once you get stuff in a scope, it was probably already a little bit hazy up here, just building, and then this just deluge of fog just came in, and there you have it. So well, yeah, go back to the bullseye. It's kind of fun. It's definitely not a camera artifact. My eye is seeing this. The only difference is I'm seeing my eye can adapt to the brightness properly. So I have a nice, beautiful moon with all the features on it, with the bow, the moon bow as well. So it looks like a weird kind of camera artifact, but it's not. It's due to the moisture in the air, probably some high altitude ice crystals forming the prismatic effect. It's like a diffraction grating, giving you this moon bow. But this, I've never seen a double moon bow like this. This is pretty interesting. I could do a video like that, a double rainbow. Oh my God, what does it mean? You guys haven't seen double rainbow, you got to go on YouTube, look for it. This guy just wigs out, and then he finds out there's some fringing parts of it. So a triple rainbow. Oh my God, he's like crying and stuff. And anyway, classic internet garbage. But there you go. So you can see the moon in the center. It's still way overexposed. I can't fix it. It's getting a little bit more visible as more fog is coming in, and the bow is getting wimpier, and the moon is getting darker. But and here I am right on the highway. You can see some guy gonna go flying by here, because everyone flies by up here. This is Skyline Boulevard. Everyone drives like a fucking maniac up here. This is the weekend warrior place where all the motorcycles come up here to race on the twisty roads and often crash and have lethal accidents. So, but it is a beautiful place. The view behind me, which you can't see at all right now, is really beautiful. It rolls downhill to several like smaller hills until you get to the coast, and then you have a beautiful view of the ocean from here. And you know, late in the day when the sun is shining on the ocean, you get the nice ripples in the water, and it's just very beautiful. Can you see my actual headlamp in the fog? I know I can. That's weird. I'm getting a headlamp beam. But hey, while I'm here and I got some fog, let's take advantage of this. This is always fun. I don't have any people here with me tonight to share anything educationally, so why not take advantage of this? So So if you watched my stream recently about astro gear, and I talked about laser pointers and stuff, this should be pretty cool in the fog. Check this out. Hey, look at that. All that moisture. Luke, I'm your father. Sorry, I don't have any red ones. The red ones aren't very good for astronomy. They're just not very bright. And your eye is much more sensitive to green. So if you look, it's going way off in the distance. It has a fall off at some point. But I can point at the hill down here, and you'll see it goes way down to that hillside down there. It becomes a bigger dot. And go across to the stuff down here. I can go to the hill in the distance. It's still kind of hitting that hill in the distance a little bit, but there's a fall off. So, but yeah, great for pointing out stuff. So I can actually point at the moon with it, although it's starting to get washed out a little bit. But you can see how directional and how precise it is when you know exactly what you're pointing at. So that's like 15 milliwatts, maybe a little less with a low battery. 15 to 17, something like that. But then yeah, check this one out. Charged, and I can't remember what the battery on this is. This is a 75 milliwatt green laser, I think. I'm waiting for this car to go by, otherwise he's going to probably crash when he sees this laser. Oh my God, what is that? So wait for him to come by. Here he comes. This guy's slow. I think it's too much fog. He's getting scared. You can see how much fog on the road here. So this is the kind of laser you don't want to give to anyone, like I said, who, like a kid or an idiot who just like, ooh, what's this? And point at like an airplane or someone's face. This laser will do eye damage. It's a class 3 plus laser, something like that. I forgot the classes, but very, very bright, much more intense beam that you saw from the small one, and should go nicely right over this bright moon. It is so bright from the moon, it's not as impressive, but you can see a much brighter beam than the last one, a slightly thicker beam. And you can see the particles dancing as the fog goes through it. A little particle dance. So yeah, this one's a hell of a lot brighter. So if I hit this tree over here, to make it a nice bright spot on the tree, you can see how the beam diverges a little bit, just going like 50 feet away. And then if I go back to the hillside I was pointing at earlier, again, much bigger beam. Again, about probably 200 feet away there, 300 feet, something like that. And then I can go further away. And at some point there's a fall off. I'm not going to go like, this won't go like a mile away. Maybe someone exactly on line from a mile away will see it, but you won't have this massive beam going like a mile away. But it's really impressive. When you shoot up into the sky, it's very, very, very bright. You can't miss it. Much more Star Wars-y. Great for pointing out stuff, but again, super dangerous in someone's face. So you definitely don't give it to kids and screw around with it. But still a fair amount of cars coming through here. This Skyline Boulevard's like that guy's going pretty fast. This Skyline Boulevard's got mountain thoroughfare. It's like an expressway up in the hills. It's basically like parallel to Highway 280. You can take it all the way to San Francisco, and it goes all the way down to Highway 17 on the way to Santa Cruz in the mountains. So it's pretty long, and beautiful views up here. Lots of people living up here, private communities, and there's a couple wineries up here, and botanical gardens or nurseries for buying cool plants. There's a famous thing several miles back the road where I came from called Alice's Restaurant. And it's not the one from the Arlo Guthrie song, but it's similar kind of crazy place with a bunch of weird locals and bikers hanging out and stuff on the weekend. It's kind of a wild place, but There you go, back to the moon bow. So again, you can see the beam looks real cool. See the particle dance with the beam. That one actually you can see it touching the disk of the moon before getting washed out. One more look at the moon bow. It's very, very bright, just overexposing this stupid setting on YouTube on the camera. But more cars keep coming by, lots of fog. And that's it. It's actually really cold up here now. It was only mildly cold, but now with the fog rolling in and some wind, my hand holding the phone is getting really damn cold. So I'm going to end it here, but I figured since I'm already up here, I'll show you the moon bow, talk about this area a little bit, show you the lasers, and if you listen carefully, you can hear the crickets. The car's revving in the distance, because again, everyone loves to drive crazy. I drive fast up here too, so I'm not necessarily picking on those people, but it can be very irresponsible when they do it too much, especially with bicycles sharing the road, pedestrians crossing for for trails, all that kind of stuff. Foggy trees, moonbow ended here. So if you found the little dumb video interesting, at least it was something to shoot up here that I couldn't capture what I planned to capture tonight. So I'll keep an eye on the weather. I don't want to drive all the way up here another night and have this happen, just get washed out literally. But you know, maybe tomorrow night, maybe a couple days, maybe over the weekend. We'll see. But I definitely want to catch a live stream of the comet. You guys can enjoy that. And it's kind of fun to see it with a little more magnification and light gathering from a telescope versus just a camera lens or an iPhone. If you saw my stuff on Facebook or on the community channel, the community tab on this channel, a few of my examples from last night where I was just hand holding the iPhone and playing around with it. Turned out pretty good because it was really bright. It was very naked eye, very impressive comet. Best comet I've ever seen, pretty much. So, and I've been looking at comets for 36 years. So yeah, lots of comets. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, and I will catch you later. And as Jack Horkheimer said, keep looking up. See you guys.